Have you ever bumped your shin on the edge of a table, or accidentally knocked your arm, only to watch a bruise slowly appear and transform into a surprising rainbow of colors? First red, then purple, then green, and finally yellow? It's almost like your skin is painting a secret masterpiece right before your eyes. But what's really going on beneath the surface? Those shifting colors aren't just random. They're actually your body's way of sending you signals. Each hue a clue about what's happening as your body heals itself. It's like your skin is telling a story, and every color is a new chapter. Bruises are more than just marks. They're your body's progress report, written in a secret code of colors. When you see a bruise, you're actually witnessing a fascinating biological process in action, as your body works tirelessly to repair itself. Understanding this colorful code can reveal the incredible repair work happening just beneath your skin. Each stage of color change is a sign that your body's natural healing powers are hard at work, breaking down and recycling the blood that leaked out when you got hurt. It all starts the moment you get that painful bump. Instantly, tiny blood vessels called capillaries break, and blood seeps into the surrounding tissue. Your body responds like a well-trained emergency crew, rushing in to clean up the mess and start repairs. As the days go by, the bruise changes color, first appearing reddish due to fresh blood under the skin, then turning deep purple or blue as the blood loses oxygen. Next, enzymes break down the blood cells, causing the bruise to shift to green and yellow as it heals. This visible transformation is living proof of your body's resilience and ability to recover. Each color you see is a chemical reaction in action. The red comes from hemoglobin, the purple and blue from deoxygenated blood, the green from biliverdin, and the yellow from bilirubin. These are all byproducts of your body's cleanup crew doing their job. So, let's put on our science goggles and take a closer look at the world of bruises. By understanding what's happening beneath the surface, we can appreciate the amazing ways our bodies heal and protect us every single day. By the end of this journey, you'll never look at a bruise the same way again. Instead of seeing just a mark, you'll recognize a living canvas, one that showcases your body's incredible power to heal, adapt, and recover from life's little accidents. Are you ready to become a bruise expert and unlock the secrets behind these colorful badges of healing? Let's get started and discover the science behind the mysterious rainbow on your skin. So, what is a bruise? You've probably noticed one after bumping into a table or taking a tumble, and maybe you've wondered what's really happening beneath your skin. Bruises are incredibly common and almost everyone gets them at some point, but there's a fascinating process going on every time you spot that telltale patch of blue, purple, or yellow. When you bump into something, the force of the impact can break tiny blood vessels called capillaries that lie just under your skin. Even though the skin itself stays unbroken, these delicate vessels are easily damaged by a sudden knock or pressure. That's why you can get a bruise even if there's no cut or scrape on the surface. Once these capillaries are broken, blood leaks out and seeps into the surrounding tissues. Since the skin isn't broken, the blood has nowhere to go, so it pools beneath the surface, creating that familiar discolored spot. This is why bruises can look so dramatic, even if the injury itself didn't seem like a big deal at the time. The dark patch you see is actually a pocket of old blood trapped under your skin. At first, it might look blue or purple, and as days go by, it can change to green, yellow, or even brown. This color change is a sign that your body is hard at work cleaning up the mess and recycling the blood. In medical terms, a bruise is called a contusion. It might sound serious, but it's just a technical way of describing what happens when blood vessels are damaged without breaking the skin. Doctors use this word to describe everything from a tiny spot after a bump to a larger area after a bigger injury. Where you get a bruise and how deep it is can make a big difference in how it looks and feels. For example, a bruise on your shin might be darker and more painful than one on your thigh because there's less fat and muscle to cushion the blow. Athletes often get bruises on their legs from intense activity, and these can look especially dramatic. It's important to remember that a bruise is an injury beneath your skin, not to the skin itself. That's why you can touch the area and feel tenderness, but there's no open wound or bleeding on the outside. The skin acts like a protective barrier, keeping everything contained while your body gets to work on repairs. Even though a bruise is technically a small amount of internal bleeding, it's usually nothing to worry about. Your body is incredibly skilled at handling these tiny leaks. Most bruises heal on their own, and you can go about your day without any special treatment, aside from maybe a little ice or rest if it's sore. As soon as a bruise forms, your body's cleanup crew, specialized cells in your immune system, rushes to the scene. These cells break down the trapped blood, absorb the iron, and recycle the components so nothing goes to waste. This process is what causes the bruise to change colors as it heals. Your body quickly stops the bleeding by sealing off the damaged vessels, then works to clean up the leaked blood and repair the tissue. It's a remarkable process that happens quietly and efficiently, often without you even noticing. As the cleanup continues, the bruise goes through a rainbow of colors. First dark blue or purple, then green, yellow, and finally fading away. Each color represents a different stage in the breakdown and removal of blood cells. So the next time you spot a bruise, remember it's not just a mark, it's a sign that your body is healing, recycling, and protecting you. Bruises are a normal part of life, and they show just how amazing your body's repair system really is. Now let's take a closer look at how those fascinating colors appear and what they mean for your healing process. The color story of your bruise starts the moment you get that bump. It might be a clumsy knock against a table, a misjudged step, or even a playful scuffle. Instantly, your body reacts to the impact, and beneath the surface, tiny blood vessels called capillaries are damaged. This is the beginning of a fascinating transformation that plays out right on your skin. Fresh blood leaks out from those broken capillaries, pooling just under the skin. This blood is packed with hemoglobin, a remarkable protein that not only carries oxygen throughout your body, but also gives blood its signature bright red color. In these first moments, the area might look swollen and tender, and you might even see a hint of redness spreading out from the point of impact. At first, the bruise may look reddish or pinkish, a sign that the blood is still fresh and oxygen-rich. This stage is fleeting, often lasting just a few hours. The redness is your body's immediate response, a visual cue that something has happened beneath the surface. But as time passes, the story of your bruise quickly evolves. Cut off from oxygen, the hemoglobin in the trapped blood begins to break down. This chemical change is what turns the bruise a deep blue or purple. The transformation is almost like a slow-motion magic trick, as the colors shift and swirl beneath your skin. The blue or purple hue is a sign that the blood is no longer getting fresh oxygen, and the body is starting to process the injury. This is the classic look of a fresh bruise, concentrated oxygen-deprived blood pooling under your skin. It's often tender to the touch, and the area might feel warmer than the surrounding skin. The intensity of the color can vary depending on how much blood has leaked out and how deep the bruise is. The darker the bruise, the more blood has pooled in that spot. A very dark bruise means a larger amount of blood is trapped, while a lighter bruise suggests a smaller leak. Sometimes you might even see both light and dark patches as the bruise spreads and changes. A small bump might leave just a faint, barely there mark that fades quickly, while a bigger injury can create a dramatic, tender patch that lingers for days. The size and intensity of your bruise depend on the force of the impact, the location on your body, and even your own unique biology. This dark stage is your body's way of containing the leak and starting the healing process. The bruise might feel sore or sensitive, and you may instinctively protect it from further bumps. Underneath, your body is already hard at work, mobilizing cells to clean up the mess and repair the damage. Once the bleeding is controlled, the cleanup crew gets to work. Specialized cells begin to break down the blood and repair the damaged tissue. This process is invisible to the naked eye, but it's what sets the stage for the next colorful changes in your bruise. Next, let's see how your body recycles the mess, transforming those dramatic colors into the final stages of healing. The main character in this color-changing story is hemoglobin, the iron-rich protein in red blood cells. When red blood cells get trapped in a bruise, they break down, and your body sends in macrophages, the cleanup crew. Macrophages gobble up the old cells and start breaking down hemoglobin into smaller parts. Each breakdown product has a different color, which is why your bruise changes shades. The iron from hemoglobin is salvaged and sent back to your bone marrow to make new red blood cells. Nothing goes to waste, your body recycles everything it can. The changing colors are visible proof of this recycling in action. So, every bruise is a sign of your body's resourcefulness. Let's follow the next step in the healing journey. After a few days, you'll notice green creeping in around the edges of your bruise. This green comes from biliverdin, a pigment created as macrophages break down hemoglobin. The green usually appears at the edges first, as the cleanup starts from the outside in. It's a sign your body is making progress, healing is well underway. Larger bruises take longer to turn green, but it's always a good sign. Think of it as your body's way of saying, I'm on the job. The green phase is brief, but it means the hardest work is done. Next comes the final golden stage. As the green fades, your bruise turns yellow or golden brown, the final act. This color comes from bilirubin, the last breakdown product of hemoglobin. Bilirubin is absorbed into your bloodstream, travels to your liver, and is eventually excreted. The yellow stage can last several days, but it means the cleanup is nearly complete. Your bruise will look patchy and pale, and it won't be sore anymore. Soon all traces will disappear, and your skin will return to normal. The whole process takes about 2 weeks, sometimes longer for big bruises. That yellow glow is proof of your body's resilience and healing power. Next time you see it, celebrate your body's quiet magic. Most bruises are harmless, but sometimes they can signal something more. If you bruise easily, get lots of bruises without reason, or notice them in unusual places, talk to a doctor. It could be a sign of a clotting problem or a vitamin deficiency. Watch for bruises that don't heal, get bigger, or stay painful. These need medical attention. Rarely a hard lump called a hematoma can form and may need treatment. Paying attention to your bruises is just smart self-care. Your body is always sending signals. Learn to listen. Your body heals bruises on its own, but you can help speed things up. Right after an injury, apply a cold pack for 10-20 minutes to reduce bleeding and swelling. Never put ice directly on your skin. Wrap it in a towel. Elevate the bruised area to minimize swelling. After 2 days, switch to a warm compress to boost blood flow and help the cleanup crew. Avoid massaging the bruise, especially early on, to prevent more damage. Eat a diet rich in vitamin C to support blood vessel health. These simple steps won't make a bruise vanish overnight, but they'll help your body heal faster. Be gentle, stay patient, and let your body do its work. Now let's wrap up with a final thought. The journey of a bruise is a mini-saga of injury, response, and renewal. That rainbow of colors is a visible reminder of your body's brilliance and resilience. Every bruise is proof of microscopic medics working around the clock. Your body quietly recycles, repairs, and renews itself every day. Paying attention to these changes helps you connect with your own health. Next time you spot a bruise, see it as a story of strength, not just a sore spot. Appreciate the silent work of your internal cleanup crew. Your body is an amazing machine. Take care of it and marvel at its magic.